Molly's having a meltdown.
Today, friends, we are tackling the beauty products, which encompasses makeup, skincare, hair care, and body care. And I can promise you, I've got a lot of it. In fact, I would say I have like a little baby Sephora in my home, and I share those products with my mom and my friends, but even then, we can't all go through it. So I'm gonna figure out what I'm keeping, what I'm donating, and what just straight up has to be tossed. In fact, this has to be tossed, because this Too Faced Born This Way matte is not my shade. In fact, it makes me look way too pale and sickly every time I wear it. But I've used too much to donate it, and I don't have any friends that are as white as me. So, goodbye. We're off to a good start. In terms of a matte foundation, I like the Estee Lauder Double Wear. She's iconic. That's my favorite matte. And in terms of the Born This Way, I prefer the natural finish over the matte. So that was easy. Let me show you the least sexy skincare routine I'm working with right now. By the way, I'm sure it's very echoey, so I apologize. My skin has been freaking out since I got here. I think that 2 5-hour flights and 3 distinctly different types of weather, being LA, Toronto, and BC, all in the span of like 4 days, made my skin barrier disappear. I have no skin barrier. My skin barrier was like highly disrupted. I've never had anything like this happen in my life. Pretty decent skin. I struggle with acne on and off. Other than that, my skin isn't really sensitive. Vitamin C is the only thing that can irritate my skin if I use too much of it too often. So I just have to like be careful with it, but I can still very much use it, and I do. I cycle lots of active ingredients. I use tretinoin from Curology, I use salicylic acid when I am breaking out, I use vitamin C, I use glycolic acid, I use hyaluronic acid, like obviously cycling them. I don't use them all at once because then that would be bad. But my skin, fine, she takes it fine until now. So every product I was putting on my skin and body was making my skin feel like I had a bad sunburn and got in a hot shower. It was burning, my friends. So here is my least sexy repairing the skin barrier skincare routine. CeraVe body cream all over my body at least once a day, sometimes 2 to 3 times a day. I'm using a cleansing balm to remove my makeup. I prefer the Pharmacy Green Clean, but this is the one I had, and it's great because it's an oil, it's not irritating my skin. Then I'm going in with the La Roche-Posay Toleriane, whatever.
It's Toleraine.
Sensitive Skin Gentle Cleanser. Then I'm going in with the Skull Hydra Dew, which is a hyaluronic acid mask. Then I go in with the Avin cold cream. Then I was going in with the Koa Glow Oil, but now I'm putting on my occlusive Vaseline all over my face like a little sluggy slug. That's my least sexy skincare routine right now. And maybe that will help you if your skin is also dying this winter. I have a few other products in there, but most of them I'm keeping. So let's go this way to the beauty room. Welcome to the unfinished beauty room / filming room / guest room / office. The multi-purpose room, if you will. I present to you adorable doggies on mattress on floor. God, you 2 boys. Are you 2 friends? Can you not lick yourself during this very cute moment, Elton John? Please. It's kind of ruining the vibe. The iconic Galloper Goose Mini. Now, as you guys know, they just met. So we're still dealing with a little bit of she's my mom. No, she's my mom. She's my mom. No, she's my mom. So the moment I give one attention, I have to give the other attention as well because they're fighting about it. But I have room to love both of you, as I keep saying. Right? I have room to love 2 boys, but not 3. Only 2. And I've got them. So gap is filled. The boy gap is filled. There's no more room. So yeah, this is what we're starting with. My dad organized it for me the best he could. So I'm going to have him pop in and share with you guys his methods of how he organized this chaos. But this is what we are starting with. Some used, some unused. And we're just gonna go through and figure out what I'm gonna keep, what I'm gonna give to friends and family, and what I'm going to donate. And we do have these 3 bins as well. One's hair care, one's body and face, and one is makeup. I would like to state for the record that like at least 90% of this stuff has been gifted to me over the years. I am, of course, incredibly grateful and incredibly fortunate, and it saves me a lot of money, I'll admit. Like, being gifted product saves me money. I do, of course, have my faves that I still go out and purchase, but I love experimenting with new products. I'm super grateful to be gifted these things. But what is mind-blowing to me is that I don't even get a ton of PR. Like, compared to a lot of content creators, I don't get a lot of PR. So I don't know how a lot of people deal with it because it's so wasteful. And the only thing that is great to know is that I can gift some of it to my friends and family and help them save money too. I get to try products that I maybe wouldn't try usually, and if I like them, I get to share it with you guys. And I am able to give to women in need. So I found some women's shelters who do take both new makeup and gently used makeup and products. So they say if you've like swatched it, if you've sampled it 1 or 2 times, then you're still able to donate it. So that's awesome, and I'm really happy. From my understanding, things don't expire unless you have opened it. So the expiration date is begins once you've opened the product. So most of these products in these boxes, in fact, all the products in the boxes have not been opened or ever used. So all of those, even though I've had them for some of them for years, should not be expired. I'm going to triple check that before donating, but I believe that's how it works. So of course I'm not going to get rid of any of that. When I first started getting sent like beauty PR products, I was so excited because I mean, honestly, I'm still so excited every single time because I'm a beauty lover and I've spent so much money over the years on all forms of beauty products because I love trying beauty products. It's just my passion. One of many, you know, makeup, skincare, tea, bath bombs, clothes. I love it all. So it's super exciting and fun. And I think that's why at the beginning I hoarded it all because I thought, I'm never going to get sent products ever again in my life. But the reality is, why am I keeping products that I might not even use or like? There's no point. If they're not right for my skin type or my hair type or whatever, like, I don't need to hold on to them, and they can go to people who do need them. And I've learned that I will keep getting sent PR. I don't need to hoard it all, thinking that I'll never get sent PR again, and I need to stash makeup forever for the apocalypse. Like, I'm gonna be fine. And yeah, I genuinely don't know how people who actually get sent a ton of PR do it, because I'm on like 5 or 6 PR lists. That's it. And some people are on like 30 to 40 PR lists. How do they do it? It's wild. Okay, so how have we organized this, Dad? What is this section?
Okay, so I'm now going to mansplain to you how you should organize your makeup.
Thank you.
So my original intent was to do it by what it was. And then I read the first 2 packages and went, I have no idea what these things are. So I went, okay, let's do this like the man way.
Okay.
So on the far left are things like brushes and hair clippy things, sort of pads and cloths. Then next to that is the important classification of things in bags. And most of the things in bags, that I did peek in a few of them, are things like hair. I'm not in this. Hair.
Just a little bit. It seems to be just giving it all.
Yeah, my dad doesn't want to be in it, so that's why he's just an ominous voice while I am the face.
And then also hair clippy, like hair, like the thing in your hair now, whatever you call those things. Scrunchies and elastics and those kind of things. Then moving across the far back, we have the one section at the very back there.
This?
Nope, just left of that, which you can hardly see probably from there, is things
Why
called...
is this here, Neve? Why did you put this here?
Sorry.
Okay.
At the very back, just to your right there, a little bit further to the right, that's stuff called sage.
Stuff called sage. Okay, fabulous.
Okay, and then we get into the brushes section at the back.
Okay.
Okay. And then in front of that is like tubes that appear to be connected to suntan or sunscreen.
Okay.
Then we have the area which I'm calling things in boxes. That's a fairly that almost takes you through halfway through the desk of things in boxes. Except that is like a whole bunch of stuff in a box that I couldn't figure out what it was, so it's just there at the front.
Okay.
And then at the very back, past the brushes, just on the ground. Nope. To the left of that. Past the brushes, go back to the brushes, and just brushes, and then run your hands down to the bottom. Okay, those are things that are sticks.
Things that are sticks.
And then we have all sorts of things that are bottles.
Okay.
And then we have things that are tubes that stand up. Next to that.
These are tubes that stand up.
Yeah, and then in front of those, there's some tubes that don't stand up, so they're just lying down.
Okay.
And then those are more kind of jars and stuff like that.
Bottles.
And bottles. And then we have stuff that comes in jars, in bigger jars and little jars.
Okay.
And then we have, at the far back at the right, there's just a whole bunch of stuff that's sticks and tubes and stuff that were already there, so I didn't touch those.
Okay.
And then we have a whole selection of what I'm going to call Things that are in small flat boxes.
Powders and things.
Fabulous. Okay, shall we get started, fam?
Oh, and there's a pink duck.
Look, it says hatched at the Beverly Hills Hotel instead of made in China, which is where it was definitely made. It's funny how you just change the classic duck design a little bit and you can charge way more.
So now I'm going to go to the local Shoppers Drug Mart and reorganize their beauty and makeup section so it's clear as to how it should be done.
Yeah, this is...
Except I think they're going to have a lot more things in boxes.
This is super clear. Both dogs appear to have fallen asleep to the drone of my father's voice. So I think it's time.
Where'd you start?
I'm getting stressed. Okay. Donation. Never even used it. Kept it as cute display. Stupid. I think that there's so much overconsumption online that we see that we like idealize how much fun it must be to have so many products. And I certainly did growing up in the era of watching beauty gurus. Those are garbage because they've been opened for years. So I certainly idealized that. And now I can say after having stripped my makeup routine to literally like a tiny bit of product for a year now, I can say it's like so much easier to do my makeup. I certainly missed having as much choice, but not this much choice. Okay, what color is this?
It's chocolate.
Is it dark chocolate? Is it milk chocolate? Okay, that's my shade. Definitely keeping that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull aside some stuff to put into the giveaway. I am doing a giveaway of this Kate Spade Bumblebee handbag that has been mine for years, and I am unwilling to just randomly donate it because I want to know if she goes to somebody who will care for her and think she's special like I have, but I'm not using her anymore. So I'm giving this away, and I'm going to add a bunch of beauty products that have like obviously never been used. So all the rules for the giveaway are listed in the description box down below. I had my mom get me makeup wipes because I'm probably going to be swatching like lipsticks and things, so I have those that are brand new just for this video. Okay, this is the Maneater palette. This was my favorite palette for so long. I unfortunately am going to have to throw out a lot of my foundations, and when I say a lot, I mean I'm going to have to throw out all of my concealers, all of my foundations, a lot of my lip products, because they have been sitting open and unused for a year. A lot of that product was my like everyday products that I was using that I thought I was going to see in 6 weeks, and it's been over a year, or about a year. So I don't even know what this has never been used. This will be going for donation. Oh my god, I love this highlighter palette. I am keeping her. I think a lot of this is Selfless by Hiram.
Yes, it is.
Okay, he sent me this, and I have used all of these products, and I love all of them, so I will be keeping these for when my skincare routine can get fun again. What are these?
Becca? Ultimate Coverage Longwear Concealer.
Okay, those are in boxes, never been opened. Donate them for the women's shelter, because
Chai and honey.
I certainly can't give you guys concealers in a giveaway since I don't know the skin tone of the person winning, so those are perfect for donation. Keeping that. It's perfect for my travel makeup bag. Alright, I'm going to put you guys on hyperspeed while I sort and organize because this is going to be a long one, and I'll update you if something interesting happens.
And here we see some sped up footage of Molly making her way through the expertly father organized beauty products.
Okay, so far my mom's been being my eyes. This is much harder than cleaning out clothes because clothes I can feel and I know what they are for the most part. I have to ask her like, does this white look dingy? Like things like that. But this, like some of the things I know what they are, but if they're in boxes and stuff, I don't know what they are. And I forgot my freaking Oricam my eye. Dear God, would that have been useful right now? But it's in LA. This is my first devastation. This is pharmacy. I love pharmacy. But of course, when I put this stuff away, I thought I'd have it in 6 weeks, not a year. So I'm so upset about this because it was open. It's like half used, but oh my God, it's such a good product. But I'm like, nah, man, this has been sitting for a year. Like, I'm like smelling it, I'm touching it, I'm like, maybe. And I'm like, Molly, put it in the garbage. Like, that's, your skin's already freaking out enough. That's sad for me. I'm smelling things. I'm swatching things, asking mom if it still looks like it's pigmented. I've got solid good piles going. I don't know about anybody else. I don't use makeup wipes. We have to like go out to buy these for the purpose of removing swatches. I don't buy makeup wipes. They're not a good makeup remover, okay? They're so much better. Micellar water or cleansing balms, that's what we should all be using for makeup remover unless we're traveling. Then these can be convenient, but. Okay, so I'm now using Lookout since I don't have my Oricam by eye, and I'm just using it for the things that are still in boxes. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that. Just read this one. Bated breath. Okay, so the idea was good, but I don't know what color bated breath is. So now I'm gonna have to use a color recognizer. So I'm gonna keep using my mom, but this will be useful for some things.
Water resistant 80 classic 6 Florida Oz 177 milliliters
Ooh,
sunscreen SPF.
waterproof sunscreen, keep. Okay, I'm doing really well. Look how much better this is looking. I'm getting rid of lots of stuff. This is, for some reason, a lot harder than clothes. I think because I've done clothes so many times, whereas I have never really done a massive makeup clean out. I've decluttered over the years, but nothing like this. And yeah, I feel like that little girl who, like, that 14-year-old girl who, like, went to YouTube to watch makeup videos is, like, struggling to let go of all of this, but it's good. I was just saying to my mom, the, like, terrible, sad part about all of this is I'm actually gonna have to go buy makeup after this, because I'm literally having to throw out all of my foundations, all of my concealers, like, because it's been open sitting for a year, and you cannot put that on your face. Like, that is totally expired. So, and for more than a year, because I was probably using it for almost a year when I put it in storage. So we'll be going to Sephora after this. Let me know if you want a haul. Don't let my dad hear that. He's gonna cry because he won't understand. A lot has dried out. Smells bad. I'm getting rid of, I know it's very upsetting. It is extremely upsetting. I'm gonna go through lippies at the end. Smell all of them, swatch all of them. So that's gonna be my last part of the project. My makeup routine and the things that I look for in products has actually changed a lot over this past year, just like my style has. It's weird. I feel like this very tough year has also been an extreme year of growth and change for me, just as a human. So that's really interesting. I have also fully accepted about myself that I will just never be a minimalist. That will never be me. For some people, minimalism makes them happy. For me, things make me happy, and that's okay. It's okay to all be different, but I'm also never going to let myself be a hoarder again, because I have been, and that is so wasteful. It's so wasteful and it's heartbreaking. So I'm kind of gonna find the middle ground of no longer hoarding, but also recognizing that, like, I can accept that I will never be a minimalist, and, like, minimalists can be minimalists, and I can be a maximalist without hoarding. Unfortunately, my mother is little to no help with a lot of this because she is slightly colorblind, not the most useful duo. And when it comes to makeup, color reading apps just aren't, they don't do it enough. They're not going to be helpful enough because they're like pink. And I'm like, matte, shimmery, dark pink, light pink, blue undertones. Like, when you get to makeup, you need detail about color. So I open this, I'm like, okay, what color are these? And she goes, that's like a sheer, it's just like sheer. And I'm like, that's a highlight, got it. And then she's like, and that one's like a milk chocolate. No, actually, that one's a milk chocolate. Well, maybe that one's a milk chocolate, but maybe that one's like a chocolate. Donate.
Molly's having a meltdown.
I'm struggling, you guys. I'm literally I'm getting rid of I don't know what's happening.
What you were doing?
Okay, so this Sweet Peach palette, like, we all know when this came out. Us makeup lovers, we know this ish is old. But I have, like, a strange emotional attachment to it. And my mom's like, well, keep it. I'm like, this expires. This is probably expired. Like, it still smells like peaches, though. Like, it's probably expired. And she's like, donate it? I'm like, no, you can't donate that. Like, it's expired and even it's garbage. And meanwhile, I'm like, no, it's garbage. We have to throw it out. I'm, like, cleaning her. I'm, like, making sure she's presentable for the garbage can. Like, I don't... This one
That's stressful.
I loved this palette. And I don't have anything else like it. I don't know. I just put it down on the desk. My mom just grabbed it. She goes, okay, garbage. I was like, put it down. Put it down. And she's like, it's garbage. You can't put it on your nose. I said, put it down.
Meant for the garbage at this point.
We'll figure it out later. I'm going to take a mental health break and take Elton for a walk. Do we need a mental health break? Yes.
Oh, look, he's like upset on your knee.
He says, here, let me be your little
Pressure.
human-weighted blankie. Little pressure for the anxiety and stress. Never hurts anybody. It's very good for you, you know, humans. You need the pressure on the body to help with the stressy feelings. Okay, should we go for a sunshine walk? I'm so stressed, I just missed my mouth.
Badly.
That's how stressed I am. My hands are shaking. I was just like, put the lip gloss on, put the lip gloss. I've never done that in my damn life. This is my best skill. What the hell?
Here we see Molly walking Elton John. She's all bundled up in her winter gear, some sparkly pink boots on. There is some snow on the ground, and they're walking by a body of water. The sun is out and glistening on the snow and water. Beautiful day.
We're at the product swatching phase. I'm swatching these shadows from Tarte. I'm pretty sure they discontinued these, and I will never understand why, because they're like one of the best products Tarte has ever come out with. It's really crazy. Like, what color is that one?
Lipstick is another goldy color. Like they're all within the same family.
I just gotta keep these. They're so beautiful. I'm gonna swatch all of them to make sure, but they're beautiful. It was such a crazy moment for me growing up as a makeup lover and skincare fanatic who would watch all of these product reviews and tutorials and lists of things you've got to try and blah, 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 and would go to Sephora and to MAC and to all these stores, and I would just swatch and smell and touch. And when like these brands that I would save up all of my money and put on my Christmas or birthday wish lists started sending me products, and like Tarte, Benefit were both two of those brands, Too Faced, like those were all brands that I just loved. And then all of a sudden, like, they started sending me stuff. And I think I'm realizing something that I've really known for quite a few years now, but have been unpacking slowly through personal self-growth development and therapy. And that is like a bit of a scarcity fear. And I don't mean that in that I did not have things growing up. Scarcity, issues with scarcity, the feeling of scarcity is very common for people who grew up in poverty, and that is not my case. However, I don't think we can underestimate the amount of internal fear you live with as a disabled person. Because yes, as a child, I had parents who were able to take care of me well and safely financially. I'm gonna grow up knowing that in Canada, where I grew up, 80% of blind people are unemployed. That was a terrifying statistic to live with my whole life. When I got my first full-time job, I was making very, very little, like less than poverty line technically. And then I started my own business, and that's obviously tight. And I was back at that point living on disability support payments for the government, which is a whole other conversation because that is literally next to impossible to live on, and is designed in such a way that you cannot save for your future. It's extremely frustrating. And yeah, I was pouring every single bit of money I made for many years just into my business as a motivational speaker, starting social media, which at the time was a hobby and then became a business, or something I saw that could be a business but wasn't yet really making money. It really wasn't until like I was 24 or 25 years old that I started making decent money, but it still wasn't a lot. And so it's only been in the last couple of years that I've been able to save, and obviously I'm still super fortunate compared to many people, but my job at any point can end. At any point, all of this can disappear. And so I've always felt this need to save, invest. I just had this fear that like once I started getting sent things, clothing, like everything, like once I was able to financially afford to buy clothing when I wanted to, I felt that I needed to hold on to it. Keep the clothes, keep all the makeup and skincare you get sent in backup bins, because you might not have this job anymore one day, and you might not have enough money to buy things anymore. The fear that we as disabled people live with the unemployment statistics that we live with, when you know them from the time you're a child, that becomes like this deep-rooted fear. And for years, when I started making good money, I was scared to spend it. And I think that I'm feeling more comfortable now clearing things out and getting rid of them, because I'm like, okay, you bought yourself a home, you've done it. Like, you've invested your money, you have some kind of safety net. You don't need to hold on to everything in fear you'll never afford things again. And so I'm slowly working through it, and I'm slowly unpacking it and getting better about it. But I wanted to share that because I know that other disabled people might be battling that and not even know it themselves. And just for people who maybe haven't dealt with it, like to understand that there's so many ways in which being disabled affects you other than the disability itself. My blindness affects me in so many ways outside of me not being able to see. And that is one way my mental health was affected. Like my sense of security financially was really affected, and sometimes still is, and it's something I'm working through, and I am slowly but surely improving, and I'm super grateful. But I thought I'd share. I just found my prom lipstick. This is disturbing. I have had this since 2012. I would also like to state for the record, I found something from 2008, so.
Memories.
My Fenty Glossy Bomb. I think that's what it's called, Gloss Bomb? Glossy Bomb? Whatever, I missed this thing. How does she look?
Beautiful.
I think what I'm trying to say is that you shouldn't let your fear that something will end stop you from enjoying it. And I did for the first few years when I was actually financially stable for the first time, I wouldn't let myself even enjoy it. And my family and my friends and my team was like, Molly, it's okay. It's gonna be okay. And I've learned that. And I've been more successful than I could have ever dreamed possible. And I'm so grateful. And if it ends, I'm so lucky it happened. And I'm going to enjoy it while I have it. Instead of being sad that I didn't enjoy it one day. You know, enjoy your life. You've only got one to live.
Well done.
It's hard enough. It's hard enough as it is. You might as well try to make it fun and like lean into the joy instead of fear it.
What did you say to Dad?
My parents are just being so annoying. They don't understand the trauma this is for me. My mom, like, that looks near empty. Throw it out. Like, she said, I'm like, it's not near empty. It was laying on its side, so product collected on one side. And if it's near empty, it means I loved it, and I still love it. And my dad's like, that's all you've gotten rid of? I'm like, that's just my donation bin. A lot has gone to garbage and giveaway. They're being very judgmental. This has been so hard. I think I have done a spectacular job. And then they're like,
What did you just say?
what did you just ask, Dad?
It's part of your job description.
You work for me now.
I'm free labor.
It's an unpaid internship.
It's a volunteer role.
About the wine,
Yes, did you want me to pick up some red wine for dinner?
so my dad just asked that, and as quick as I could possibly leave my mouth, I said, yes!
Look at Elton.
What is he doing?
He's doing a twirl on the bed.
I hate throwing product out so much that I will hold on to and force myself to use things I don't even like just so I don't waste product. That's so weird. Like, why do I make myself use things?
You're just doing your own therapy here.
I am the person who cuts tubes open to make sure that I get every drop out of my products. And I've always been like that. And I don't even like this. This is not a good product. It's half empty. And I've held on to it because I'm like, you're gonna use it, girl. You're gonna use it. And part of it's scarcity and part of it is I hate being wasteful. But I am being wasteful by holding on to things that I don't use instead of giving them to people who will actually like them. So I've put aside things that are like gently used, not expired, that I think my friends will like, but are too used to donate. That way I can at least be like, I don't like it, but we have different skin types, hair types, whatever, you might like it. Because this is just, it's insane. Just opened this to smell it and make sure it's still good, and I rolled it up and I was like, does that look good? And I was like, you guys, she thinks this is a lipstick. Here, let me just throw it in my handbag. Let me just touch up. It's like a lipstick for giants. It's a body highlighter.
Oh, a
So you like-
body highlighter.
On your, down in front of your legs, on your
Nice.
décolletage.
Ooh. Yes,
That one's
that is gorgeous.
this product. That one's a
Ooh.
NARS product.
Ooh,
That one's for body. That one's for face.
nice.
Okay, I just went through the Selfless by Hiram boxes I went through earlier. I have tried all 4 of these products and I love all 4 of them, so I am keeping all of them. I actually just ran out of the moisturizer and it's my favorite morning moisturizer at the moment, so I'm going to keep that. This one I'm going to put in the giveaway. I've never tried it, so I don't know if I like it or not, but I know that I love all of those, so I'm going to keep these. This is going to be added to your giveaway. Are you going to help me? Oh, you want to sit on my lap? Is that what's happening? Here, you can sit on my lap. There you go. He says, I love when she sits on the floor. It's so fun. Okay, so we moved on to these 3 backup boxes. Double. I need you to get off my lap, babies. Excuse me, sorry.
It's pointless. You sit on the floor is not gonna work.
He says, okay guys, it's my channel now. So here in front of me I have the hairpin.
It is like that, isn't it?
He says, as somebody with luscious fur, I can talk a lot about hair products because it takes a lot to keep my hair tame. Okay, so I'm trying not to be embarrassed and ashamed. It's very hard. I'm being very emotionally difficult on myself right now, so you guys don't have to do it in the comments for me. I'm beating myself up over this. But I know that a lot of other people struggle with some of the things that I do and some of the things that I've shared in this video, and that's why I think it's important to talk about these things. Can you stop yawning into the microphone, please?
It's been a long day.
For who? So these are my backup bins. I'm gonna go through. None of this has ever been used. All of this is brand new. So none of it should be expired, fingers crossed. Let's make some donation piles. Things from days past. I don't even put my own falsies on. Anyways, I hope that if you struggle with feeling a feeling of scarcity, or if you struggle with like hoarding in any way or struggling to let go of things and declutter, I hope seeing me do this and talk about it inspires you to feel like you can do the same, especially heading into the new year. I have found something that I desperately need, a wet hair towel, and I think this is a pretty decent one, so excited about that. Right now I'm just gonna go like pile things up and categorize. There's certain things that I'll definitely keep, like beauty sponges you have to replace so frequently. I will definitely be keeping these. I love these liners, and again, they dry out and you go through them pretty quick. Definitely keeping pretty much every mascara. My mom loves these brow products. So there's things that I'm gonna keep, but I've already started to put stuff into the get rid of piles, so it's good, it's good. I've got a gin and tonic in one hand and a musty, crusty, dirty beauty sponge in the other. This is so gross. That's been sitting for a year. The sad thing is I think it was like brand new when I put it away. I used it like twice, I think.
You can wash it.
I'll try to wash it and I'll see how she turns out. I'm gonna give all of my brushes a wash. My mom has somehow lost 90% of her makeup brushes. So I'm gonna go through, pull a bunch out for her. We've sadly thrown tons out that just needed to be thrown out. We have pulled so much stuff for donation. I'm so excited. Pulled a ton of stuff for you guys that I think you'll like. Some of it, like you'll see, it's not in the box, because usually when you do receive products, they don't come in the boxes, because I don't know why they do that. They just do. But you'll see, like, if you open it, the plastic is still on there. The brush is still in plastic. Like, I'm going to be giving this away to you guys. It is brand new, I promise. I've never even swatched it. So there's a bunch of other stuff. That's just a small pile of the giveaway stuff. I feel really accomplished. I feel drained. I am ready for a good steak dinner. We started, for reference, around 12:45, and it is now 6:30. We took an hour break, granted, but other than that, just trekking along. Ooh, let me show you something I found that I'm really excited about. I found these 3 products in my skincare bin, all of which I think are going to be great right now for repairing my skin barrier, particularly this one because it literally says for skin barrier. So I'm really excited to try these products in my routine since everything's burning my face except the few products I showed you earlier in this video. And now I want to show you, I've divided the giveaway because there's so much stuff. It is now not 1 giveaway, it is 2. I admit some dog hairs may come included in the package, but just know Scalper Gooseman, maybe a bit of Ben Ben, and Mr. Elton John. There's just a combination of makeup and skincare and accessories, and this one does come with the Kate Spade handbag. There's essential oils and just all sorts of things. I tried to make them as even as possible, and this is giveaway number 2. Again, just a bunch of makeup, skincare, body care, cozy things, bags, a nice little bucket hat. Lots of fun stuff, so comment and let me know, would you like number 1 or number 2? Lavender, you don't get to say which one you'd want. You don't get a giveaway prize. This is all of the stuff for donation to a local women's shelter. It is a lot. I want to make it very clear that I'm not giving this stuff away because I don't love these brands. I just can't keep everything. That is the reality. And I tried to get rid of things that have hardly been used because that's what they need. They need new or swatched products. And all of these things are new, swatched, or barely used. And so I feel like I've kept enough stuff that's very used that I need to give stuff away. So this is all being donated, and I'm very happy that it will all find a loving home and people who need it.